Joining us now are two senators who have introduced the bill. That is Senator Richard Blumenthal of Connecticut and Senator Marsha Blackburn of Tennessee. Senator Blackburn and Senator Blumenthal, we're going to get to that in a second, okay? But Senator Blackburn, I do want to start with you on what we just talked about. We're going to get to the COSA in a second. You are a member of the Senate Finance Committee. Do you have any reaction to what we are seeing with all these banks or any comment on the San Francisco Federal Reserve?
All of these, what you just showed us causes concern, but you know, today we are here to talk about COSA, and we're trying to keep our focus on the Kids Online Safety Act today.
Oh, fair enough. You know that I had to ask. Senator Blumenthal, yeah. Around COSA, around this bill, I mean, those who oppose it, mostly they're tech industry, it's no surprise, they're lobbyists, say it's going to do things like, you know, subject kids to censorship and tracking. How do you critique the critics?
You know, these myths and misconceptions are well known to us. I have a few other more colorful words that I would use in a different setting, but
it's cable,
they're
Senator.
Throw
use them.
Armies of lawyers. Since I'm here with a very, very gentle lady, shall I say, I'm going to avoid it. But you know, our partnership is based on giving these parents and children tools to disconnect from the black box algorithms that drive toxic content at them. Not censoring anyone, not collecting data. These kinds of bunk that the tech companies are going to throw at us are simply an effort to preserve their business model, which, as everybody knows by now, is getting more eyeballs by aggravating or creating more loneliness among teens particularly, and more eyeballs mean more advertising dollars, so they have a lot of money at stake. I'm not surprised by their criticisms, but we have almost a third of the Senate, 33 senators right, supporting this bill, and many, many groups, and it's the result of a partnership and a real working relationship between Senator Blackburn and myself in a very bipartisan way over several years, a lot of work going into this bill. And I'm very proud of the effort that we have mounted, totally bipartisan.
Well, Senator Blackburn, you are up against a lot of money. I mean, some of these social media companies, tech giants, yes, Google, whatever, Facebook, Meta, whatever you want to call it, they got a lot of money and they got a lot of lobbyists.
And they have been against us since day one. When we started looking at the virtual space and the governance that should be there, and as we dove further into this issue, we realized what was happening to children. So we said we need to do this. There needs to be safety by design for these tech platforms where children are on them. It should be the default setting. You should be able to tell parents there is a dedicated channel that you can report these videos and these postings that cause self-harm, that lead children to meet all of these nefarious characters, drug dealers, pedophiles, human traffickers. There should be a way for parents to stop the cyberbullying. And these platforms need to be working with these parents to stop this. We have children that have lost their lives because of cyberbullying. We have girls who have met traffickers and pedophiles. We have children that have taken TikTok challenges and have lost their lives. This is why you have people standing with us and saying, after years of work, this is the beginning. It's why, as Senator Blumenthal said, you've got a third of the Senate original co-sponsors. You've got hundreds of organizations and associations that work with children that are supporting this legislation. This gives parents the toolbox they need, and it requires social media to make that toolbox available to parents. I'm a mom and a grandmother, and it is imperative that parents be able to have that, to work with their children, to stop these algorithms from continuing to push these children into depression, anxiety, and self-harm.
Well, COSA, it's out there. It's got a lot of opposition. Keep us informed of how it's going. Senators Marsha Blackburn and Richard Blumenthal, thank you both very much. And look at that. You're bipartisan. You're together. You even laughed. There's hope for America.
There you go.
Thank you. All right.